Hi, John Daly here for Sound Radio Wales, and we are in the Pavilion in Rhyl, in the bar in the Pavilion, actually, in Rhyl, meeting members of the cast from the up-and-coming Pantomime for this year, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And it's my pleasure to be talking to Sue Holderness, who is playing the...
Very, very wicked queen.
Yeah, now, the last time I saw you, Sue, was about an hour ago. We were outside on the photo shoot, and you were in your black...
Oh, yes.
velvet gown with a black wig. You look terrifying.
Slinky old number, isn't it?
It was a slinky old number, actually. Yeah.
It is scary, and you have to be warned, people of Rhyl, that I am a very frightening wicked queen. And I'm hoping that this year, you never know, I might be the one that wins the prince's hand. Snow White may not wake up.
Yes, the young Prince Charming.
That's how bad I am.
Is this the first time you've played a baddie?
It's about the 30th time I've played a baddie. I did my first...
That's research, folks.
I did my first pantomime in 1974, so that's going back. And I did take a break, I must say, when my kids were growing up from panto, but I love doing pantomime. I do it every year. And apart from one occasion when I did play the Good Fairy in Jack and the Beanstalk,
yes.
I'm always bad.
Yes.
The devil has the best tunes.
You're probably bad as a fairy, weren't you?
Well, I was slightly naughty as the fairy, but there's not nearly as much scope for true evil wickedness. Yeah. When I'm very happy to be Caraboss in Sleeping Beauty, or the Wicked Witch in Beauty and the Beast, or the Wicked Queen in Snow White, and I think perhaps she is the wickedest of all.
Yeah. Known mainly for Marlene Boyce.
Known mainly for Marlene.
Many, to many, you'll be known as Marlene.
Marlene, yes, and I still get that.
So much television.
Well,
I was amazed. Love Thy Neighbour, Minder.
I have done a lot. The most exciting thing is I've just done 10 episodes of Still Open All Hours with a new character called Mrs. Rossi.
Yes.
And so I'm back with David Jason, now Sir David Jason, of course, because he's been knighted. And we've just had the most riotously funny time.
Yeah, I bet you have.
And although I am now 70, I'm very much the juvenile of the company because my lover in the show is played by Geoffrey Whitehead, who's 80. We've got Stephanie Cole, Bridget Forsyth, both in their late 70s, and both as lively and frolicsome as ever. And it's and also Maggie Ollinshaw, she and I are both 70. So it's not a young... There are young people in the show, but I'm certainly not outnumbered. I mean, there's enough of us who've been around for a bit. Yeah. It's good fun, and most of the time...
And it's great working with David Jason again.
It's absolute heaven. We laugh all the time.
You click, obviously, because Fools and Horses, you spent so much time together in this.
For years he was pinching my bottom in Peckham, and I don't know that you could get away with that anymore, could you? I think it's something you wouldn't be allowed to do now.
No. Not all of those sitcoms work when they try and extend them, but this one really, really has. The writing in it is so funny. The jokes are so funny.
They're very different. Only Fools and Horses and Still Open All Hours are very different. You know, Still Open All Hours is rather gentle, a bit like Last of the Summer Wine.
Yes, it is.
But there's definitely an audience out there who want that, where you're not terribly tested and you do at the end of the half hour feel that your spirits have been lifted. And golly, don't we need our spirits to be lifted at the moment? Which is what pantomime does.
Absolutely, yeah, yes it does. Yeah.
It makes you forget that we've got these ghastly things going on in our real world and just have a couple of hours off when you can just have fun, look at all the lights and listen to the wonderful singing and the comedy and get into the festive spirit.
Absolutely, yes, because it will be by then.
Well, we all meet up on November the 27th to start rehearsing. We open the show on December the 13th, so it's just the right time to sort of get yourself ready for the arrival of Santa and his reindeers.
When you were a young slip of a girl, still in school, did you always want to be an actress?
When I was about 8, I decided I wanted to be a show jumper. I was terribly horsey.
Yes.
And I did dance a bit, so I was torn whether I was going to be a dancer or a horse rider. And then when I was 16, for some reason, there's always one teacher that changes your life, isn't there? And she was called Miss Wakefield.
Yeah.
And she offered me the lead in the school play. I don't know why, because I hadn't done anything like that at school. And I played Antigone in the school's big show. And I sort of suddenly discovered the whole business of becoming someone else. And this woman said, instead of going to university, I think you should think about drama school. And she was the turning point when I thought, yeah, actually, that would be a nice idea. Never thinking for a moment I'd get in, because, you know, it's even more difficult today. But I think then there were 1,200 girls auditioning for 12 places. And nobody thought I'd get in. When I did get in, my parents were sort of shocked and said, "Are you sure you want to do this? Because really, we must be able if you've got a proper qualification." Yeah. And I said, "Well, let me do it for a term, and if I love it, I'll carry on. And if I don't, it doesn't matter. I've had a year out." And of course, from the moment I went in, I thought, this is the life for me, the actor's life for me.
And you've never looked back?
Never looked back. And I've been terribly lucky. It's jolly nearly 50 years since I left drama school. And I've never had, I'm touching wood now, I've never had more than 3 months without knowing what the next job was going to be. I don't know how good I'd have been at being out of work. I know it's very demoralising. You've got to be quite tough in this game.
Yes.
Because we're all rejected a lot, and often you get the moment when you think that it's between me and one other, and it's going to change my life, and the other person gets it.
Yes.
And you've got to be able to not, get through and not cut your throat to carry on.
That's right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't had those experiences too much, but I've had them. I've had.
Of course, there are some that say that when one door closes,
another door opens, and you just know that that's complete rubbish, because one door closes. Every possibility the windows will close too. But I have been lucky. Mostly another door has opened, and so.
Yes.
No, one of the things that's been amazing for me was in 2008 when I was doing a thing called the Vagina Monologues. I was working with the actress Shobna Gulati, who was about to go on a cruise ship, and I said, "Golly, that must be setting you back a bit." And she said, "No, they pay me." I thought, "Well, I would." I said, "What do you do? Do you sing, dance, juggle, what?" And she said, "No, I talk about myself." I said, "What do you mean talk about? Do you think they'd like me to talk about myself?" She said, "I know, I'll ask them." So, cut a long story short, P&O invited me to do a cruise as a celebrity guest speaker. And now, whenever I've got a gap, I jump on a ship. I've done 45 cruises. So,
good grief. I didn't
and
realise that was it.
absolutely love it.
I see.
No, it's wonderful. My husband comes with me, which they pay for. And they pay me to talk about myself and see the world. So if I'm not doing sitcom or panto I still do serious plays too. I toured with Mrs. Warren's Profession and a lovely Rattigan.
Brief Encounter I read as well.
No, not Brief Encounter. It was called Less Than Kind, which is a Rattigan, which was wonderful. Brief Encounter is my favourite film.
Yeah.
If you're going to ask me that question, that's my favourite film.
I'm sure I read that, but it's wrong, obviously.
It's wrong, I know. Brief
I
Encounter
couldn't
is my
imagine
favourite
a stage
film.
version of it with the trains.
No, there is a stage version done by Knee High Productions, which is absolutely brilliant, and I'd love to be in it. It's a bit old for it now. Yeah. But no, I've just been lucky. I've just stayed working. I'm touching wood, and although I'm 70, and most people at this age are thinking about retirement, I'm not. Don't want to give up yet.
Here you are at the Rhyl Pavilion.
Here I am at the Rhyl Pavilion. We open on the 13th. Bookings are good.
Yes.
So please book quickly, because you don't want to find there are no seats left. And it's a smashing theatre, this.
Yes, it is.
There isn't a bad seat in the house. They're all wonderful.
Yeah. I look at the views from
It's
from the
just
bar. We're not
stunningly beautiful. And I happen to know this production because I did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs last year in Mansfield. And we broke all box office records because it's a terribly funny, rather uplifting, glorious show. So you don't want to miss it in Rhyl.
Great stuff.
Be there or be square, I think they used to say, didn't they?
From the lady herself.
That dates me.
Sue Holderness, thank you very much indeed for joining us at Sound Radio. It's been groovy.
Thank you for inviting me. Let's
Pleasure.
twist again.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you very much. I hope you'll all come and see the show.
Yes.
You coming?
Yes, hopefully.
Excellent. Is there a night when you come and we all...
This is Sound Radio.